Time is like a handful of sand. The tighter you grasp it, the faster it runs through your fingers. I read that quote somewhere, back when I still had time to read, back before I understood what it really meant. Now I know it's not just a metaphor, it's a warning. It started last New Year's Eve, though I didn't recognize it then. Funny how the mind works. You don't notice the important moments until they're already memories. I was 34, alone in my apartment, scrolling through Instagram. Photos of college friends with their kids, high school classmates posting about promotions, engagements, house purchases. Each swipe of my thumb felt heavier than the last. When had everyone gotten so ahead? The TV droned in the background, some New Year's special. I wasn't really watching. I poured myself a glass of wine, then checked my phone. 10:15 p.m. I had time, except I didn't. I blinked, and suddenly the countdown had started. My wine glass was empty, though I didn't remember drinking it. The hosts on TV were already wearing their 2024 glasses, their smiles too wide, too forced. 10, 9, 8. That's when I saw it, not with my eyes, but with something deeper. A ripple in the air, like heat waves rising from hot pavement. But it was winter, and my heating was broken. 7, 6, 5. The ripple became a shadow, formless, but somehow watching. It lingered in my peripheral vision, patient as a predator. 4, 3, 2. I felt it then, the first slip, like missing a step in the dark, that stomach-dropping moment of unexpected freefall. Time didn't just pass, it vanished. 1 Happy New Year. The shadow smiled. I didn't see it happen. Shadows don't have mouths, after all. But I felt its satisfaction, cold as February frost. The slips grew worse as winter melted into spring. I'd sit down at my desk on Monday morning, blink, and find myself staring at Friday's sunset. My calendar filled with events I could barely recall, all marked as completed in my own handwriting. Do it now. Think back on the past year. What can you really remember? It's all there, but it's all like a blur, right? I'd check my phone and find images from parties that felt like half-remembered dreams. Me laughing with friends, the memories foggy around the edges, like an old photograph left in the sun too long. I was there. I must have been. But the details kept slipping away when I tried to grasp them. In each photo, the shadows lurked in the background, growing darker, more defined. Sarah noticed it too. Over coffee one morning, or was it afternoon? She gripped my arm with trembling fingers. Do you ever feel like, she started, then glanced over her shoulder. The cafe was full, but the corner behind her was strangely dim. Like you're losing your grip on time? What do you mean? I have a daughter now. Her voice cracked. Facebook showed me memories from her 3rd birthday party. I remember being there, but it's wrong somehow. Like watching a movie through frosted glass. Her first steps, her first words, they're all there in my mind, but they're soft around the edges, blurring more every time I try to focus on them. Like trying to hold on to the details of a dream after waking. I wanted to comfort her, but when I reached across the table, she was already gone. My coffee was cold. The receipt showed I'd been there for 3 hours. By summer, I'd started seeing the pattern. The memories didn't vanish all at once. They faded in a specific order. like a tide slowly rising up a beach. Simple moments went first. What I had for breakfast, the route I took to work, conversations about weather and weekend plans. I'd find coffee receipts in my wallet, the ink still fresh, but the memory of buying it already soft around the edges. Then it spread to bigger things, important things. My mother called one Sunday. "Your speech at Dad's retirement party was beautiful," she said. "I've never seen him cry like that before." I checked my photos. There I was, champagne glass raised, giving what looked like a heartfelt toast. I could almost remember it. The warmth of the lights, the weight of the glass in my hand, the proud look in Dad's eyes. But trying to recall the actual words I'd spoken was like grasping at smoke. The shadow in the background was almost human-shaped now, and in the photo, it had its hand on my shoulder. The longer I stared at the image, the more the memory seemed to dissolve like sugar in hot water. Sarah found me again in autumn. She looked older, much older than a few months should allow. "They're getting stronger," she whispered. Her hair had gone gray at the temples. "They're getting bolder now, taking more than before." "What do you mean?" I asked. "Haven't you noticed? It's not random anymore. They're choosing what they take." She replied solemnly. I had noticed birthday parties that felt like watching life through water, the moments rippling and distorting even as I lived them. First kisses that left only the ghost of a sensation, the details bleeding away like watercolors in the rain. Even now, sitting with Sarah, I could feel the edges of the moment starting to fray. "How do we stop it?" I pleaded with her. Sarah's smile was tired, ancient. "We can't stop it. Time gets taken, no matter what we do, but we can." She glanced at the shadows stretching between us. "We can make the moments matter, make them harder to take." She was gone before she finished speaking. The coffee shop was closing. According to my watch, 6 hours had passed. I didn't want to be alone this New Year's Eve. I went to a party, or at least I think I did. The invitation is in my hand, but the address keeps shifting, the letters rearranging themselves like crawling ants. The shadows don't hide anymore. They stand in corners, seat themselves on empty chairs, lean against walls with almost human casualness. I see other people glancing at them, their eyes skittering away like water on hot oil. Some of the partygoers look wrong, too old or too young. Their features fluid, their movements jerky like bad stop motion. I spotted Sarah across the room, but she's aging backwards now, her gray hair darkening, her wrinkles smoothing, getting younger with each tick of the clock. The countdown starts, but time isn't moving right. The numbers flutter randomly. 7, 3, 9, 4. The shadows converge, their voices a whisper of wasted seconds and lost days. "You humans, you always want more time, but look what you do with what you have. Scrolling, streaming, sleeping through the precious moments. We're not stealing your time. We're just collecting what you've already thrown away." I try to argue, but they show me the truth. Screenshots of endless social media sessions. Netflix autoplay warnings. Are you still watching? Mornings slept away. Evenings lost to mindless routines. "But we can give it back," they say. "For a price." Their offer hangs in the air like smoke. One perfect moment, preserved forever. Unchanging, unaging. All it costs is everything else. I understand now, watching Sarah grow younger and younger, why she took their deal. When you're losing time anyway, the promise of keeping just one moment feels like salvation. The shadows wait for my answer as the year dies. The clock strikes midnight. I make my choice. If you're reading this, check your phone, check your screen time, your watch, your calendar. Look for the memories that feel more like photographs than experiences. The moments that blur at the edges when you try to focus on them. They're watching you right now, counting your wasted seconds, collecting your thrown away hours. They're patient. They have all the time in the world. After all, they took it from us. But here's the real horror. The truth I learned too late. We gave it to them willingly. One mindless scroll, one lost hour at a time. And they're always hungry for more. Time isn't slipping. It's being consumed. And we're the ones setting the table.
This is Shaded Girl. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.